Hey, Manly Digger here. Quick note before we start this video about my tribute to my mother. Uh, Hopefully tomorrow I'll do a digging video. The ground's not frozen. It's kind of rainy right now, but like I'm excited. I cannot wait. I'm gonna do it in my own backyard. Just to get out. Like I need to get out and dig. Like I'm jonesing. I'm jonesing. Probably won't find anything, but stay tuned and watch that video. Watch this video. It's a tribute to my mother. Love you, Mom. Manly Digger here, and today I'm doing a tribute to my mother. I did a tribute to my dad a couple of months ago. Mom, I haven't forgotten about you. It's really hard to do a tribute to you when you don't say anything. Just saying, talk to me more. Anyway, yeah, it's like I said, it's hard to do one about my mother because she doesn't really tell me her accomplishments. She's one of those people that will do something and not mention it for months. Months, mother. And then, like, bring it up. Be like, hey, I did this. Oh, and it's amazing. And she's like, but don't tell anybody about it. But yeah, so that's pretty much my mom. She's a different type of person, and she's a great person. But so I'm not going to mention any of her volunteer accomplishments, although she volunteers a lot and doesn't say anything. Anyway, so yeah, this is my video about my mother. She was born and raised in Tucson, Arizona. Joined the Navy, enlisted in the Navy, so not an officer. And she was a corpsman. She was in the medical field. I don't think she was a corpsman. My dad was a corpsman. That's how they met. So she worked with medical field. Yeah, she was a corpsman because she talked about working on people's blisters and feet and that like stuff. She was in the medical field. And then she became a lab tech in the Navy. During this time, she had my sister, who was older than I am, and myself, which I'm me. And then my parents got divorced. She still stayed in the Navy. My dad left, did a whole bunch of stuff, went to Michigan for a while, and went to Maine. And then she met another guy and had my brothers, my half brothers, who are twins. They're in Washington. They're in Seattle. They're going to college, I think. We don't really talk that much. Just how it's how my mother's side works. Like we don't talk like some of us talk, some of us don't. It's just how my mother's side is. And then so she spent 17 years in the Navy. In that time, she went, like I said, she was enlisted, and then she went through a program. She went to college. She graduated George Washington University, and then she became a physician's assistant in the Navy, which is officer. It's an officer rank, or it's officer ability. And she went to Portsmouth Naval Shipyard for a while, and then after 17 years, like she almost hit that 20-year mark. She almost hit that. She was like done, and I never understood it. I never understood why, and of course I never asked her why, but like I always wanted to know why, and I know why because she's not really a people person, and that position wasn't like you gotta understand. She's not. She doesn't. It's not like she doesn't like people. She doesn't like being. She has her own space. She likes her own space. And after I'm at my 17-year point in the military, and I understand. I completely understand, Mom. Now I understand. Anyway, so she moved back to Tucson. Both my sister and I were living with my dad at the time in Maine, and I got sent. My sister and I got sent to live with her in Tucson, and big difference. Maine is different than Arizona. Obviously, it's not just the climate. Political climate's different. Cultural makeup is different. It's just a different climate. But I realized while I'm thinking about how I should make this video is that this is a great video to describe how the VA, and this is 20 years ago or 15 years ago, can absolutely, well, more than 15 years ago, so it's 20, about over 20, how the VA can absolutely screw you over. Like the Veterans Affairs can absolutely just look past everything that you've done in your military career and be like, oh, okay. Oh, you got injured on the job? Well, that's technically not military related. Oh, blah blah blah, and you don't get what's coming towards you. And people who haven't been in the military, you need to understand. Throughout your military career, you're told, "Oh yeah, the VA will take care of you. VA will have your back. You'll be taken care of. You get injured on the job in the military, the VA will support you. In the end, this is why you retire in the military. Even if you don't retire, the VA will give you benefits. Like that is what we're told. That is what we're preached. You need a job when you get out. Oh yeah, you'll have a job, and it's not true. It's not true. You need to fight for every benefit in the VA has to offer. You need to fight for that. You need to get a representative. You need to get that handled. Sorry, little rage rant there, but that's the Veterans Affairs. It's just how it is, and that's my experience. Other people have had great experience. I've gotten out of the military and had it was a fight, and that's my experience, and that's kind of what my mother's experience was. She got out, had all these great ideas, great plans, all this. The VA is going to help me, blah blah blah. Did not help her at all. Like when my sister and I were living with my mother, like we had nothing, dirt poor, like we had food on the table and we had a house, and I like for a long time I was ungrateful, and now like it's like I see why. Like I see why. And like, well, one thing I can say about my mother, like if the apocalypse happens, like she's gonna be sitting on the side. She'll survive. She'll be sitting at some table, and as long as she's got a pack of cigarettes, she'll think her way through it. Like I don't go to my dad for issues. Like I'll go for my dad for support, but I'll go to my mother if I need like a serious like something taken care of. If I have a problem, she'll come up with a solution. It won't be the legal solution. It won't be the best solution, but it'll be a solution. But yeah, that's pretty much explains my mother and how she thinks. She's a genius. She really is, like recorded, documented genius. But yeah, the VA screwed her over in the end. Like it was horrible. And hopefully, I haven't, like I said, she's not going to talk to me about anything like that. Hopefully, she's gotten the help she needed through the VA. But yeah, like I was trying to think of her accomplishments, and like she didn't tell me anything. So like the only accomplishments I have for my mother are me and my siblings. Both. Well, let's start off with my sister. She has her doctorate. She joined the Air Force. Did her time in the Air Force. She was deployed over to Iraq, like at the beginning, and then got out. Was like, I'm done with the military, and started off in New York. She went to school. Brockport. Started off her school there, and then went to Mississippi, and she got her doctorate now. She still got to pay that off though. Like the VA and GI Bill has helped out a little bit, but she still got many payments to pay off. My brothers, like I said, they're twins. They joined the Navy. One became a submariner, and the other one, I can't remember what he did, but they've done their time. They got out. They both settled down in Seattle, or in Washington. One of them has a house, and the other one's living with that's just how they roll. Like they're always together. They're both, I think, yeah, they're both in college, doing their thing. I'm proud of them. They're getting their degree. Also proud of my sister, but like they're my little brothers. And then there's me. Like I went to college for a while, a year and a half. Thomas College wasn't really my thing. I didn't fail out. I just at the time it wasn't a good fit for me. Welding. I'm not a certified welder, but I Portsmouth Naval Shipyard. I did some welding there. I learned how to be a ship fitter, a tinsmith. And when I'm not in the military or not doing military things, I'm working on boats. I'm working on Navy shipyards at BIW, or building them frames in the ship. And then I have 17 years in the military, but hopefully I'll do my 20. I want to retire soon. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, that's my tribute to my mother. Like I said, it's hard. It was hard to think of stuff, not because she doesn't do anything, because she does a lot. She just doesn't mention it. She didn't say, oh, this and that. I did this. She doesn't boast, and my dad doesn't boast either. But like he's more public about it. But yeah, my mother's a great person. She's an interesting person, very intelligent. Just she's different. It's taken me at least 20 years to kind of understand how my mother works. But love her. Love you, Mom.